What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we got Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1, Episode 5 with my wife. And we left off with Yuji allowing Sukuna to take over his body. And Sukuna has fully come out. He basically was letting Yuji, he was going to let Yuji take back over, but realized he did not. So there's a good chance that Yuji cannot take back over at this moment. So before we start the video, any predictions as to what's going to happen? Obviously, one of them are still going to die. But
well, I just want to shout out that dude in the comments. He told me that she does die, and thank God. And thank God for you. Seriously, no one would spoil it for me. You a real one.
So yeah, so obviously somebody in the comments decided to drop down there and say she dies or something like that. So I'm not going to give any context to that, but we'll have to watch the episode to see what happens. So we're going to jump straight into this thing. Here we go, baby. JJK 1, Episode 5. Real quick before we jump in, if you want to see these reactions early and completely uncut, they are currently all available on Patreon. All you got to do is go to the description down below, click on that link, and you can join us over on Patreon. If you want to continue to support the channel so that we can continue to do this, with all that being said, let's see what this episode's got in store for us.
If you're gonna switch, then do it already! Uh-oh, something wrong, Brett?
The innate domain's closed off. The special grade is dead. Now we just need Itadori to return safely.
Yeah, sorry, but he isn't going to be coming back.
Huh?
There's no reason to be scared. I'm in such a great mood right now. Let's just chat for a bit.
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like his hair does not look pink. It looks like tannish.
The same. So, I've been thinking about the different ways I can do this.
What are you doing?
I'm taking this brat hostage.
Pulled out his heart.
What do you mean?
It's simple. See, I can live without this, but that ain't true for your punk friend. Switching out with me means he dies. Oh, and also, for good measure.
Nether finger.
Sukuna's finger.
And with that, I'm now as free as a bird. And now you can be frightened, because I'm about to kill you just for the hell of it.
Is he going to be able to switch back even though he has
And
no
just
heart?
like that,
I know he
our
said
position-
no, but
All right, you're talking about Yuji?
yeah.
So he can switch back. I don't know if he physically can right now, but like once it hits a certain time or whatever, and he has like mentally he can switch back, but since Sukuna took his heart out the second he does, Yuji's still human, so he dies right immediately because he has no heart. But Sukuna can live without the heart. That's why he's saying he basically put Yuji in a pretty much horrible position, because if he switches back, he's dead. And if he doesn't, obviously Sukuna just said he's going to basically kill Megami and probably go on and kill a lot more than just Megami.
They're now reversed. You don't get it, but I do. Itadori is coming back. Even if that means he'll die. That's just who he is.
You give him too much credit. He's just a little tougher and a whole lot denser than other human beings are. You should have seen him a minute ago. He was scared out of his mind and about to lose it. Prattling on about his regrets and all that nonsense. So it's obvious, the guy doesn't have the guts to kill himself.
His left hand's been restored. He can use reverse curse techniques. And Sukuna's incarnated. So even though he can live without a heart, it should still be damaging to him. I'll make sure he heals that heart before Itadori returns. I just have to convince him he can't beat me without a heart in his body. But can I do that?
I was going to say, that's a lot easier said than done.
Special grade was
Yeah.
in front of me.
The way he did that other guy,
Yeah, and the way
It's
that
not about
other
whether I
curse was
can
doing
do it.
them.
why is he just sitting there with his hands in his pockets?
Oh, it feels so good to be back outside again. Let's use all this open space.
Dude, the hands in the pocket is so disrespectful.
Give me more.
I'll give him this. He's a good villain.
Put more curse behind it. When you strike me.
Slow-mo rain is cool.
Gang up on him now!
Now, what did I say? Let's use the open space!
Jeez.
It's
I don't
not
remember
even a
much
matter
about
of
this fight.
jujutsu.
And I do not remember
His power
Megami
and his
getting beat
agility
down
are on
this
a
bad.
different level.
That's a nice technique then.
Especially against... How many fingers does he have right now? It's 3, right? I think it's 3 or 4.
I can't remember.
I get it now. You use the shadows to create your Shikigami.
It makes no difference if he knows that now. So what's it to you?
It's not a generic technique that uses charms. It's adaptable as well. There's just one thing I don't get. Why did you run back then? Kind of a waste of your talents. Nah, whatever. Either way, that certainly won't be enough to fix this.
So he's figured it out.
Risking your life for meaningless shit. This punk isn't even close to being worth the effort.
The only thing granted equally to all is an unfair reality.
Real
If I
quick, I
had
had
the
a
ti-
question. Have you noticed, like, the difference between him and Yuji, like, the major, like... Because you know how Yuji's kind of... His whole thing is, like, always positive, and his thing is, like, he wants everyone to have a fair death. Is that a proper death and whatnot? But then Megami in this episode, you're kind of getting the insight to what he's saying, and he said the only thing, basically, about life is that everything's unfair. Because I don't know, I didn't really think about it before, but I was like, just what he just said right there, where he's like, the only thing about life is that nothing is unfair. But then I was just thinking, like, man, I didn't really realize how opposite these two are. And my perspective's also coming because of I've seen all the way up to the newest stuff in season 3. And so it's like, from that point, that conversation's kind of brought up again about these two. And so it was kind of like a similar thing.
Yeah, no, I could see with both their personalities how one's definitely glass half full and the other one's glass half empty.
Yeah.
To curse someone, I'd rather spend it thinking about people I love.
There was never any doubt as to what a good person she was. She deserved happiness more than anyone ever did.
I was going to ask in the beginning who
But
this was.
Tsumiki was still cursed.
I think he's about to tell you who it is, or who it is to him and everything.
While the father who named me Megami, with no regard for my gender, is still off somewhere living as he pleases. I want good people to enjoy fairness, even if only a few will. I save people unequally.
What does he mean by unequally?
I like that. I like the way that he said that whole thing. Well, I think it goes back to, I think it was last episode, because you remember how when they got into the,
Oh yeah, he
what's
wanted
it called?
to
It's
take
not a
the
prison,
body.
but what is it? Like a juvie or something like that, right?
Yeah,
A
and
juvenile detention.
He wanted to take the body out to the mom, and Megami was like, "No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even saved him, even if he wasn't dead." Right?
Which I guess is another thing about Yuji and Megumi that's a huge difference. But yeah, because him saying that, how exactly did he say it? I save people or something like that, unevenly or something like, or unequally. Like, I like that whole thing because then it's like that is 100% true, and like, yeah, I think that it's kind of referring back to that moment because Yuji proofs in the pudding. Like, he's willing to save whoever it is, no matter what they've done. It's like, to him, a life is a life, and Megumi's kind of like, I judge you based off of what you've done or like how good you actually are, and that's how I determine whether or not I should fight for you or save you, or whether or not I shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know. I guess I agree more with Megumi's outlook on that whole thing than I do with Yuji. But I'm also a lot more of like the glass half empty kind of guy than I am a glass half full.
Yeah.
So, but I like Megumi's whole thought process on that better, and
Yeah.
I just like the way he said that.
Well, that's kind of tough too. Like, because how do you put more worth to one person's life than the other? But I also understand the whole, like, how he was saying, even if, you know, this guy got in trouble twice because of he was behind the wheel drunk and killed a little girl, like.
And I think it's tough too, because I do think it's like, if you're a juvenile and you're making mistakes, I do think that there's still an opportunity for you to turn your life around, versus if you're like 50 years old and you are doing things you know you're not supposed to do. I do think that it's like, I would judge that person a lot harsher than I would judge a juvenile, because of the maturity level, and because of, it's like, you've been around this long, like, you should know 100% that this is not right by this point, versus a juvenile. Because I don't know what is the definition of a juvenile. It's under 17 or 17 years old and under, probably. So I just think they have a chance to mature and learn from those mistakes, versus someone who's much older probably isn't good. Like, not saying they can't learn from their mistakes, but not in the way that a juvenile is going to for something like that you're going to jail for.
Yeah, I would say it's 50-50, so you're kind of wrong.
Well,
Well,
I judge people a lot harsher. Like, I'm more like Megumi.
So this is when you start burning through your life. Now I see. Well, in that case... Megumi! Show me what you got!
I feel like I'm just waiting for him to pop back up.
Sacred treasure. Swing and ring.
Oh,
Ring 8 grip.
my gosh.
Oh, and just so you know, I didn't have any logical reason for saving you back then. Even though it was dangerous, I just couldn't bear to see a good person like you die. Sure, I had my reservations. But ultimately, I did it for selfish, emotional reasons. But that's fine, though. I'm a Jujutsu sorcerer. I'm not a hero. In all this time, I've never once regretted saving you.
Right. You're really a pretty smart guy, Fushiguro. I know you've put a lot of thought into this. I think your conviction is a good one. But I don't think mine is exactly wrong either. Ah, sorry. I guess I'm done for. At least I won't be here worrying about you anymore. Or Kogasaki or Gojo. I hope you live a long life.
Is this real?
Yep. That's what he said was going to happen if Yuji took back over his body.
No, dude. Is he gonna come back and heal him?
You can't.
No, he's not just laying there dead.
Well, he doesn't have a heart. So what do you mean he's not just laying
I
there
mean, the
dead?
dude is still inside him, so why can't he just fix him?
Sukuna? Yeah, I know, but if that logic was still the same, then this whole show would be pointless, because the whole idea of Yuji is...
Gosh.
And actually, somebody commented that too. I wish I could pull up their comment. But they explained kind of how that works too, like why Gojo and them want like all the fingers inside of Sukuna, because it's like like Sukuna said, like as long as there's other fingers still out there, if Yuji dies, there's still the opportunity that somebody else could do what Yuji did with his fingers, except for Yuji was built almost perfectly for Sukuna because of the fact that he can basically hold Sukuna down, where like a normal person or someone who would have gotten that most likely can't do that. So in Sukuna's thing, it's like your odds are almost like, okay, yeah, maybe Yuji's gone and then these fingers are gone, but then I still have 16, 17 other fingers out there that someone could do the same exact thing for. And yeah, sure, maybe I'm gone for another 500 years, but it's like eventually that time is going to come. That's why Gojo and them are so set on like, hey, right now we have somebody who actually has the ability to hold Sukuna down. So this is an opportunity to get all the fingers all at once inside of Yuji and then kill him off for good.
I don't know, dude. I think this is fake news, and I don't think he's really dead.
Oh, we got half an episode left. About to meet some more
gonna tell me
main characters, or not main characters,
could have
but
been so important that you decided to use a precious finger on Sukuna. Trying to see how strong he is?
Well, the test was half-baked. I'll admit that. But we
Are
did
these
still
bad
learn
guys?
a few things.
I can only pray that's
I'll
not
let
an
you
excuse.
determine that.
Well, I assume he said he was using a finger on Sukuna.
Stop talking already! No one can understand you!
I thought that was a
Hello and
subway.
welcome.
So that other curse
Would
thing
you like a
must have
table for
been
one,
the
sir?
finger that they used on Sukuna.
Yes, thank you. One for lunch.
Wait, what do you mean? The cursing? Are you talking about the from the
one
first
that
episode?
Sukuna just fought.
Or okay, you're talking about the special grade. Yeah, that is what he meant by that. Is because they gave that special grade Sukuna's finger, and he was saying was the reason you gave it to him is because you wanted to test to see how strong Sukuna was.
It was intentional.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
The special grade. Sending first years to rescue 5 people who may already be dead should have been out of the question. Besides, with Yuji, I was the one who forced the issue and got the kid's execution sentence suspended. Some higher-ups didn't like that, and so they took advantage of my absence and used the special grade to dispose of Yuji. If the other 2 had died as well, it'd mean more trouble for me, and they would have killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, but wait! When the initial dispatch went out, no one knew it would become a special grade.
Trying to pin the blame is such a pain. Maybe I ought to just cut to the chase. And go kill off all those higher-ups.
You're not usually this emotional.
Good to see you, Missy Aerie.
Sounds to me like you took quite a liking to this one. So this here is Sukuna's vessel, huh? I can cut him up, yes?
Just make good use of him.
First time having a partner of yours die on you?
One my age, yeah.
You're taking it well, though.
Yeah, you too.
Well, of course. 2 weeks ago, I didn't even know him. I'm not the type to break down and fall to pieces when a guy I barely know dies. I mean, jeez.
Oh my gosh. No. Is she trying to choke back the tears?
So what's this? You're looking even more bummed out than usual, Megami. Having a wake?
What's up, Zenon?
Stop calling me by my last name.
Maki! Maki!
Hey, I'm talking here. Shut it.
Are you serious right now? You don't know why they're so down?
No, should I?
Someone died yesterday. A boy. He was one of the first years.
Bonito flakes.
Well, why didn't you say so? Now I look like some kind of heartless, cold-blooded ice demon!
Yeah, that's how you came off.
Tuna and mayo.
What? So who are these guys?
The second years. Zenon is the best of all the students at wielding cursed tools.
Seminro.
And that's the cursed speech user Inumaki. He can only speak in ingredients of rice balls.
He is a little bit softer whenever Yuta's around, though.
And that's Panda. There's one more. His name is Okotsu. And he's actually the only second year I genuinely respect. But he's overseas right now.
Panda? That's all you're giving me is Panda?
We'd like you both to be in the Kyoto Sister School exchange event.
Kyoto Sister School exchange event? What is that?
It's a get-together with the other high school in Kyoto. But isn't that event mainly for second and third year students?
Turns out the idiot third years got themselves suspended. So you need to participate.
So what exactly do you do at this event? Smash Bros? I rule at the Wii version. I'll meteor smash your butts.
Smash Bros. Isn't that
We'll
what
make
you
a
always
three-man
play all the
team.
time? Oh no, you
The
play
whole
Mario
event
Kart.
starts with the principals of the
That's your
Tokyo
dad's.
and Kyoto
Serious?
schools.
Yeah.
Each principal proposes a form of competition that will be held for an entire day over the course of 2 days. At least that's how it's supposed to go. It goes like this. Day 1's team battles and day 2's individual battles. Don't worry, we'll train you up, so you probably won't get killed. Os, os, os.
Is that how she
Do
dies?
we have enough Jujutsu
Who?
sorcerers? I thought
Her.
we were really short. Do you have the time?
What?
Hey,
Huh?
good question.
Well, we all know she
For now, we're good.
dies, so is she gonna
The
die
dark
during these
emotions
tournaments?
people harbor from late winter through spring cause an outburst of curses in early summer. So that's our busy season.
No, dude. The reason that the whole reason that I didn't say anything about this person who said that in the comments was because of it wasn't accurate. It's Yuji's dead. The whole thing, remember,
Oh my
someone dies
God.
at the end? That's why Yuji's dead and she didn't die. That's why I was just kind of letting you run with it because I was like, okay, I know, and everyone who's watching probably knows
Dude, Yuji's
that
not
she's
actually
not
dead.
she's not the one who dies. It's Yuji.
Okay, but
That's
Yuji
why that
doesn't actually
lady
die.
came in and said, like, okay, yeah, am I good to like cut him open and do research on him?
Nah, dude.
And Gojo said, yeah.
I don't
Sometimes
believe
we're
it.
busy all year long, but things should be settling down here
I
soon
don't
enough.
believe it.
Humans are practically made of lies. For every positive action and emotion they show, there's always a flip side. And yet negative emotions like hatred
Made
and
of
hostility
lies.
are
Tell
truths
me
without
Yuji's
falsehood.
really dead and not coming back to life.
Since we curses are born from those raw, true emotions, that makes us true, pure beings. Imitation should be eliminated.
Yet at the moment, you're the ones who are getting eliminated.
And that's why we've come here to ask you, what can we do to defeat the Jujutsu sorcerers?
If you want to win, you'll need to fulfill 2 conditions.
Good, what are these conditions?
The first thing concerns the strongest sorcerer. You must somehow render Satoru Gojo incapable of fighting. The second is to get Ryomen Sukuna and Yuji Itadori on your side.
But hold on a minute, he died, didn't he? Wait, that Yuji Itadori, he's dead.
Yeah? Did he die? I'm not so sure.
You sit on a pile of
Did he die?
lies.
Don't poke around inside me without
Dude,
my
I
permission.
knew he wasn't dead.
Punk ass.
Shoot. We're not gonna watch that one. All right. But anyway, I mean, yeah, that's why I ran with that whole thing because
Dude, don't start with
She
up
doesn't
with your
die.
lies, dude.
remember when we went
Okay,
into
but
this
Yuji
whole
doesn't
arc?
die either. He's not actually dead, and that guy just said it.
I know, but technically,
Okay, so she doesn't die.
he is
then?
dead. Technically,
So she doesn't die.
no, she didn't die. That's why.
No.
That's why.
No, that's not what
leading
I'm
up to this.
asking.
No, she is not dying at all.
That's unfortunate.
Leading up to this whole arc, that's why when they went into the whole arc, they made it up to the thing. Remember when the guy was like, 3 first years enter and one dies, because technically Yuji's dead. So now it's a matter of he's not technically. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I guess technically he's physically dead, but mentally he's inside of his own mind with Sukuna. So now it's like, that's why he's saying, is he dead? Because the question really becomes is he talking about Yuji or is he talking about Sukuna? Because the only way that Yuji can be not literally physically dead is if Sukuna chooses to heal him. And so that's why I'm saying is anything could happen. From what you know, Sukuna just going to willingly heal this guy.
So you tricked me.
So it's like,
You
who
tricked me
knows?
into thinking.
Is Sukuna going to
someone
heal him?
else.
Is Sukuna going to come back in his body and think that and make everyone think Yuji's alive?
I think he's gonna bring him back.
you know, how is that going to work?
I
But
mean, I think Sukuna, obviously he's evil, duh. But I think also he's going to bring him back. I think he is going to somehow need him. I don't know. He's just obvious main character vibes. So, like, he can't be dead. And it should have been her.
wow, dude. You've created this reputation that you're a freaking grade 1. You're actually a special grade Nobara hater, dude.
Well,
I don't think she's that bad. She is pretty tough. Like, it took me a while to like her, but I feel like she'll grow on you. She's not as bad.
time will tell.
But let's talk a little bit just about some of the new characters you got introduced to. So obviously we have the curses, essentially. That's the guy that you're seeing with the volcano head, and then the other one and whatnot. So those are the curses. And you kind of peeped what he said, like basically why he's here talking to this guy. Because of essentially the way he views it is that humans are impure, because it's like you said, every positive that they do, it's like they have negatives to that positive, or like twice as many negatives as to the positive.
Like they sit on a mountain of lies.
Yeah, pretty much. So in his mind, curses should be essentially the humans. They should be in the humans' place. They should be the ones who are like out in the world and living lives like this, essentially. It should be a world of curses, not a world of people.
Yeah.
So you met the curses. You met this unknown guy that we haven't learned anything about, the guy in the robes.
Yeah.
And then on the
Is that
flip
just
side,
his forehead, or is that scars on his forehead?
those are, I mean, that is his forehead, yes. But the flip side, you also met 3 more students.
Mm-hmm.
You remember who they are?
Yeah, the panda guy.
Panda's really cool. I mean,
I can't
actually,
remember
all
the
3 of them are
girl.
really cool. But so you have Panda, you have Maki. Maki's the girl with the
And then
glasses,
you got the dude with the jacket.
and that's
over his-
Inumaki. So, but you heard a little bit of what he said. Panda, they didn't really talk much about. Maki, she's the best basically in the entire school at using cursed weapons. And then you have Inumaki, which they said
Only can
he
talk in rice ingredients?
patty ingredients or something like that. I think is what they said.
The rice ball ingredients.
Yeah, or rice ball. That's why everything he says is like random words, like salmon or salmon pea or something like that. So, but anyways, you'll see more about like what their abilities are and why, like why he can only use those kind of words and why she is the way she is and so on. But anyways, all right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you guys in episode 6. Deuces.